told me um, out of Ruth, when Boaz told the people that was working in the field to leave some behind for Ruth to glean, pick up, leave some on purpose down for her. And I saw an example of that when my mom, we was coming out of the grocery store, and she, as we were walking back to the car, she saw 2 nickels on the cement. And she's like, "Child, you walk straight down these 2 nickels and didn't pick them up." And really, I didn't see them. And she was like, "You need to keep your eye on the ground. Look down when you're walking," or something like that she was saying. So that didn't even resonate with me as far as looking down, walking. But what's meant for me to see, I'll get. You'll get it. But that was meant for her to see. But then that was like confirmation when God said to leave some on purpose down for somebody. Don't get it all, leave some on purpose. So that kind of like confirmed that. And another example that confirms it is one of my tenants is kind of like testing me, and I'm looking at it as a way that God is using also to cause my growth, my elevation. And again, it's like God in my spirit is just like leave some down on purpose for them. So in other words, it's like we may not understand why are we doing something when we know in another picture of that same story, we would have done it in another way in the past. And not saying that's the way we're going to always be doing it, but at this time, feel like as a collective, God is really telling us to, don't take it all, to leave some back on purpose. And as I'm speaking now, it seems like another example is coming. I was received. A loan was closing, or a contract was closing, and the amount of money that I was expecting back, the purpose of the contract, the purpose of the I guess it's like a refinancing. The purpose of the refinancing was to be in a better position, which the purpose was met, but it's like I was expecting money move with what was going to be coming back to me, what was going to be left on the table for me. I was expecting to use a certain amount for a money move, but then it's like whatever fees or charges they did, it kind of ate up what I thought was going to be left on the table for me. And in my spirit right now, it's like, don't get upset, or don't get in a negative, vibration about it. And I'm looking at it like I had to leave some on purpose, leave some behind. Like, it's like God saying that I'm not going to get it all, but in the spirit, I'm leaving some back. And I got 3 different situations of how it may be left back when I should have seen it and got it, or when I, on purpose, letting somebody think they're taking advantage of me or something, or when I expected more and received less. It's like in my spirit, receive it as you're leaving it on purpose, because it's going to come back when you know you in the spirit should, when you know in your spirit something may have, you look at it like that should have been yours, but you either left it back willingly or God caused it to be left back. And by us doing that, following our spirit on whether we felt something was taken, like fees and high charge or something like that, and we may have felt offended by that, or offended by a tenant that think they may be trying to take advantage of you, or you walked over something that you felt like you should have seen it and somebody right behind you come and get it. Those are 3 different situations that we left something back, whether it was on purpose or whether by design, whether God by divine intervention of it being left behind. No matter what the reason, if we felt like it should have been coming with us, we left it behind. So that's kind of like what's been on my spirit for the past few days, but I never put it to the collective's ears. But this is what is on my spirit to say: leave something behind on purpose, whether he caused it to be there left behind, or whether your spirit is leading you, your intuition, your God, the universe, the ancestors is telling you to leave it, like, let God handle this. It may look like you not getting what you're supposed to get, but God handling something. God is doing something. And through each scenario, I really see the hand of God in each scenario, from what he said from the beginning: leave some behind on purpose, meaning there's a purpose of something is working in the spirit. We're doing the work. Something is being set up in the spirit. There's a purpose. We in a classroom of doing something for a purpose, for our mission, for our calling, for our elevation. It's for a purpose. Okay, here's the scripture that, the particular scripture that the Most High is leading me to center this message to the collective from. It's in Ruth chapter 2, and it's verse 15. It says, "And when she was risen up to glean, Boaz commanded his young men, saying, Let her glean even among the sheaves, and reproach her not. And let fall also some of the handfuls of purpose for her, and leave them, that she may glean them, and rebuke her not." So again, it says, let me break this scripture down now. Okay. It says, she had risen. Okay, all of us are at a stage where we're rising
we're elevating in our spiritual growth. We're growing we're all advancing to a higher level in our spiritual walk. And the gleaning is an example, as a term, maybe explaining the work that we're doing to cause the elevation, to cause spiritual growth, to cause the best out of us to evolve. We're growing in our character, in our spirit. So that's the gleaning. This is the work we're doing. You have to do the work, we were working on ourselves. We're making the best out of ourselves to present to the world, present to God, to be used by, whatever purpose we're here. We're doing the work. This isn't something that's just going to automatically, some of it will, but there's work that we have to do to cooperate with this growth. So that gleaning, and when she was risen up to glean, that's the work we're doing to be a better person, to be better character-wise. And Boaz commanded his young men. So again, now, there's 3 different levels here. We have Boaz. He's the owner of the field. And we have Ruth, and we have the young men. So Ruth, the young men rather, saying, let her glean even among the sheaves and reproach her not. Meaning, there's young men out there doing the work as well. Okay, let's just say Ruth is the female doing the work. I'm getting double messages out of here. But we see Ruth doing the work, the female energy, and we see the young men also doing the work. It's time. God is putting power couples together, and both of them will be on the same page, because whoever, whether it's business, whether it's whatever relationships are coming together, we're all doing the work. We have to realize, don't get compatible with somebody that's not doing the work. You will know if someone or something, some job or something, some purpose for you, you will know if that other one is doing the work. We have to be compatible with someone that is doing the work as well. So Ruth is doing the work. The young man is doing the work as well. And Boaz is the overseer. So you got all 3 working together. And then he say, don't reproach her not. Don't stop her. So they're leaving some down. The young men are leaving some down on purpose, for purpose. What is being done is for a purpose, for the purpose. On purpose. Let some handfuls, verse 16, and let fall also some of the handfuls of purpose for her, so that the ones we're being compatible with, they may be more have more in a better situation financially, or knowledgeable of something more than us. But God, the universe, God is causing them to leave some on purpose for us, the ones that are on this walk as well, but may not be as advanced as someone else in the walk. But either way it go, we are all doing the work. the whole bottom line is make sure you're connected with those or situations that is doing the work, and God will be we'll be reaping the benefits of it long as we're doing the work in the field that God has chosen for us. And I look at that field as we're working in our spirits, in our getting things balanced within ourselves to bring the highest, best self out of us, the best self out of us, our highest self. That's the field we're working on. You want to be with people that you know they're trying to be their best, highest self in no matter what situation. So we're going to be in situations that things will be there for us to reap, to gather in. Those that have it, they're going to be leaving it on purpose. We're going to be walking into set up blessings. And we're just going to be gathering it in. And leave them that she may glean them and rebuke her not. Hey, get away from there. Hey, that's not yours. No, it's going to be stuff left right there in our steps on purpose for us. For you. If it's for us, it's no man to stop us from getting it. No devil in hell can stop this. But it's for the purpose, for a purpose, for our mission here, for humanity. What are we going to be? Because if we know the story of Ruth, she takes what she gathered back to her grandmother. So what we're being left behind to gather, what God is causing the universe to leave on purpose, for a purpose, for the purpose, it's not all going to be for us. It's going to be used to take back to humanity, take back to the community, take back to whatever cause we're here in our own personal environment. Like the example of me letting the tenant maybe think, I don't know if they're telling the truth or lying, but I'm being told to leave it on purpose, for a purpose, for the purpose. This may be a lesson for them because I know it's a lesson for me. I'm being obedient. So me leaving it behind, or even call it taking it in to let and go back to the community as the service. So what God is either telling me to gather in or leave behind is for the service, for the purpose. I hope this is coming over. To whom have ears to hear, let them hear. Somebody, I know you relating to what I'm saying. Another thing I kind of wanted to just throw in, I wanted to, let's see, where's that scripture where he told the young men, his young men saying, let her glean even among the sheaves and reproach her not. It was one of the scriptures where he told the young men, don't bother her. And maybe some of us that are single, there's a time that the universe, God, has told the young men to don't bother us. Where is that scripture? he told them specifically, leave her alone. Told the young men that was working in the field to leave her alone. I'm going to pause this and then look for the scripture. Okay, I found the scripture regarding the young men where he told them not to touch her. But before I go to that, I want to continue and read verse 17 from what I was just reading about Ruth, where verse 17 said, so she gleaned in the field until evening and beat out that she had gleaned, and it was about an ephah of barley. So what I'm trying to say here is Ruth was doing the work. She worked until evening, and she beat out she beat out what she gleaned. I don't know what kind of work that is. The field of barley, I guess they had to beat out I don't know how the process of that, but the girl was working. The woman was working. So that's what I'm saying. We got to do the work. We can't be fakers wearing masks. No, we got to be real within ourselves and be real without to the people, to the universe. We got to be real. And we got to be real in spirit and in truth. We have to do the work so we can evolve and become the best, bring our best self out, the God in us. Okay, but again, to bring a tip, a bonus thing in here for those of us that are single and it's a time for everything. Boaz said, he's still talking to the men in the field. He said, right now he's talking to Ruth. He said, let thine eyes be on the field that they do reap, and go there after them. Have I not charged the young men that they shall not touch thee? So we may be wondering why situations are happening to where you're not getting what you're wanting regarding a relationship or something, because the universe has charged, God has charged the young men not to touch you. You are separated for God's purpose, for you to evolve. You're doing the work. And when that time comes that you have done the work and that young man has done the work, now it's time to enjoy the harvest together, but both have done the work. That young man can't touch you because he is doing the work as well. Everybody is working. We could be focusing on the wrong things when we may need to be working on ourselves, working in the field. It's a time to work, a time to play, a time to laugh, a time to cry. It's time to do the work within ourselves. And some of us, it's time you will be put together. But that's the time that it is. We're being brought together for those of us that have been doing the work. You're being divinely put together. Marriages, business partnerships, relationships, couples, friends, whatever God is putting together, let no man put asunder. No man can stop this. No situation can stop it. It's being done on purpose, for the purpose, for a purpose. Again, those who have ears to hear, let them hear. Let's do the work, because work is over.